They were the reason he found it hard to face his own fucking mother. He was pleased for all of them. They were his pack and he loved them. But they only knew the joy that came from a completed bond. He'd witnessed the ugly side to it, and seeing his mum now would be bad for both of them. Just think about maybe meeting her for lunch, or at least return her texts. Cam gave him that look, and Daryl knew he'd have to at least give it some serious thought, whether he wanted to or not. Fine. But not until they got the pack bonding out of the way. One thing at a time. Going for a change of subject, he said, "Are we waiting until Rachel gets back to discuss the final details for the pack bonding trip?" Daryl had been party to most of the discussions with Alpha Cornell at the council headquarters, but that had been mainly suggestions, ideas of what the council could offer them. Only Cam knew the specifics. Cam met Daryl's gaze. Green eyes filled with a mix of concern and hope. "No, I don't want to waste the next 2 days. The sooner we get this pack headed in the right direction, the better." Daryl was about to agree when angry voices filtered over to them from the pack building next door. Both he and Cam turned, listening. "This is your fucking fault," one of them grumbled. "How is it my fault?" Daryl frowned and whispered, "That's Davis and Sharp." Both from Jen's unit, and both from the old Primrose Hill pack. They carried on arguing, voices getting louder. "Because you had to mouth off in front of the fucking Alpha Council, and now we've got to go on a stupid pack bonding thing," the first one hissed. "Who knows what bollocks we'll end up doing?" A car door slammed further down, and Daryl tensed when he saw who got out. Nathan and Luke. From Rachel's unit. "Fuck," he muttered. The last thing they needed was these lot kicking off in the middle of the street, especially with Rachel away. Cam was already marching towards them, so Daryl hurried to catch up. It was obvious the minute Davis and Sharp noticed Nathan. Now Daryl had a good view of them all. "Well, look who it is." Sharp pointed a finger at Nathan. "Rumour has it you suggested that both Rachel and Jen's units go on this fucking thing." Nathan eyed them both for a second, shoulders remaining relaxed. Then he shrugged. "Seemed like the obvious thing to do, since apparently you've got an issue with us." Luke stood beside him, looking far warier than Nathan. "Of course we've got a fucking issue with you." Davis huffed out a laugh, the sound harsh in the stillness of the morning. "Do you really think a few games in a forest are going to sort out our differences?" He took a step towards Nathan, but Cam's voice cut through the air, stopping everyone in their tracks. "That's my hope, yes, Mr. Davis." Nathan didn't so much as flinch, obviously having sensed Cam approach, but Davis and Sharp looked terrified for a second. "I realize this isn't something that you're looking forward to," Cam continued, voice even as though he was discussing the weather. "But I'm afraid the actions of certain members of your unit have left me with little choice in the matter." Wisely, everyone kept quiet this time. "Now, if you've finished, I assume you all have places to be?" A couple of nods and a round of "Yes, Alpha," and the four of them went on their way. Luke and Nathan to the building next door, and Davis and Sharp down the street towards the shops. Cam pulled out his phone, typing out a text as he spoke. "Beta meeting in an hour." Once inside Cam's flat, Daryl grabbed one of the armchairs and settled into it with a sigh. The scene from earlier replayed in his head. Davis really was a dick. "Daryl?" Cam's gentle voice startled him out of his thoughts. "You with us?" "Yeah, sorry." He ran a hand through his hair, longer since he'd allowed it to grow out for the first time in months, and sat up straighter. "Carry on." Cam leant against the wall next to the fireplace. "As most of you are aware, Alpha Cornell is the council member in...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.